What is going on, guys? Bringing you another commentary today, and today we are talking about a pretty interesting subject in my opinion. We're talking about sports, and this will include things like sports I've done, my experience with sports, what it's like to be in the locker room. I know a lot of younger kids, like LGBT kids, have been asking me, like, what is the locker room like? And that was one of my fears in high school. So to start off, sports I played soccer, football, basketball, cross country, and track. Um, I played football for 2 years, basketball for 3, cross for 2. Soccer I was young. It was from my kindergarten to 4th grade, and track I ran for 6 years. So the one I enjoyed the most, 100% track, then cross. Didn't like basketball or football at all, just because they weren't the sports for me. And soccer, I was really young. I loved it. It was fantastic because it wasn't competitive. You got to just play soccer. You weren't trying to win. So, track, I came in freshman year. I sucked. I was the worst on the team. 100%, no doubt in my mind, I was the worst on the team. If you've ever ran track, you'll know how bad this is. My 100 time was about 20 seconds, 200 time was about 40, and 400 time was about 80. So, as a guy in high school, that's horrible. That's not good. Sophomore year, I came back, ran fastest 12.7 in the 100, 26 in the 200, and 57 flat in the 400. So those are big improvements for my sophomore year. I managed to win a conference event for the varsity level as a sophomore. Coming in to the season, sophomore year, no one would have thought I would have even been participating in the varsity conference meet, but I did, and I won my event, so that's always fun. If you're wondering, it was the 4x4 relay. It wasn't just me, it was the squad. Junior year, I got sick. Did not participate in track. I did run cross that year. I dropped down to, I started at a 35-minute 5K, ended at 20 minutes 30 seconds, so I dropped about 15 minutes over the course of the season, which was pretty decent. But no track junior year. Senior year, I come back. I'm coming off the illness, so I'm not top shape right off the start of the season. I was actually contemplating quitting because I just didn't feel like I could compete. I was 100%. I was the reason that we did not go to indoor state. That was my fault. Sorry, teammates. But I stuck it out. I was gonna quit, but I stuck it out. I kept working, and by the end of the year, my splits for the 4x1, I was under 12 every time. My best was a 10.9. My average is about 11.3, 11.4, and my worst was an 11.9. So those are big improvements from freshman, even from sophomore year. 200, I ran sub 24 almost every time, except for the time at sectionals when we were trying to qualify for state, when it really mattered. I ran over 24. I ran a 24 flat there, and it cost us going to state, because if I would have ran what my average was, we would have gone. But I did not, so I choked there. That was my fault again. Sorry, teammate. 400, I ran 53, 54 pretty consistently. After starting the season slow, I came back, ran 53, 54, which is good, not great. I know I could do better now. I could do better. I could have done better then. It just wasn't clicking at that point. I also did cross country my senior year, and at the almost all the way through the season, it felt like I was degressing. I started back at the 35 5K that I started at my junior year, and up until the meet before the very last meet, my PR was a 24 for that season, even though the one before that was a 20. So I kind of sucked. And then the very last meet, I went sub 20. I busted out like 1950, so huge PR, season PR, overall PR there. That was pretty fun. Basketball in high school, I was on the C team, we like to call it. It was the team that never played. It didn't really matter to me because our basketball team sucked. I think in all 2.5 years that I played, we won 3 games, and it was against the same team all 3 times. So we were not good. We were not a good team at basketball. We had about 3 wins over a 3-year span. So, that was a struggle. Didn't really care about basketball, though. It wasn't my main sport. I was just playing it because parents said I had to. So basketball helped me. I feel like it helped me a little bit condition for track, but not to the point where it was worth it. If you're still in junior high school range and you're looking for a sport to make friends, first of all, track, cross, 100% would recommend those 2. Those definitely made me some of my best friends. Even if I don't talk to them now, they're like, it's weird just how like close to family your teammates become, especially your relay teammates for track, because you'll train with those guys every day. You'll get special workouts made just specifically for you 4, just to improve your times. And that was something I'd never experienced, never thought I was going to experience. I thought I'd be bottom of the team forever, and then I moved my way up, worked hard. So along with I don't remember if I mentioned me losing weight freshman year. I'm sure I did. But along with that, part of the reason behind that is I got motivated because midway through April of my freshman year, one of my best friends actually passed away from a severe asthma attack. He was on my football team. He was on my basketball team. He also played baseball, and he was really good. He was really strong, really fast, and he was like in shape, I guess you could say. He was like one of those in shape guys. And that was hard, but I kind of used it as almost motivation. I said, this guy was such a gifted athlete that if I don't work hard and make myself just better as an athlete, then I would have just felt bad about it. So I went out, worked, lost 50 pounds, got faster, more fit, all that good stuff. So that was just, I don't know, track and cross, 100% the only things I miss about high school. Like, that's a reason I would go back and say don't do those things, but at the same time, they provided me with some of my best memories, definitely my best memories of high school. Just because it's part of a family. And another thing that my coach was really good about that I really enjoyed was how we were a family, not a team. We were a family. And he was one of those coaches that would not allow anyone to discriminate against anyone for any reason. There was actually one point in our season, I think, my sophomore year. How do I want to say this? We were in the locker room, and a couple guys were calling each other faggots, and we went to go have our team meeting before practice like we usually do, and coach was standing at the door, and he was just giving us dirty looks as we walked by. And he walked in, he shut the door really quietly, just barely shutting it, keeping it real quiet, and just started screaming at the entire team because of what two guys are calling each other faggots. And he gave us this entire speech about how we're not supposed to use words like that. We're not supposed to use discriminatory words. Can't use, racial slurs. Can't call each other faggots. Can't do that stuff. And all he had to do was tell us once, and we made jokes about it. We joked around, but we never. I don't remember us ever doing stuff like that again. And that was really cool. It was obviously good for me. And there was, there were other LGBT kids on the team, but It was kind of like maybe they are, maybe they aren't. They definitely are, but I knew that. Not a lot of my teammates knew that. So it was a weird experience. And then this thing that I get questioned about a lot is locker rooms. What to say about locker rooms? You go in locker rooms, obviously. People are naked, showering, stuff like that. And I'd say I didn't spend much time in the locker room freshman year. And I say sophomore and senior year, I did. But at that point, those guys were to the level of family to me that I couldn't, there was nothing like sexually arousing about it, I guess you could say. Like, I didn't look really, you know, I think that's how it works for most people. A lot of my straight friends ask me like, are gay guys checking me out in the locker room? Most of the time, probably not. They're there for the same reason you are. They're not there. Well, some are, but some are not there. You know, most are not there to check out the eye candy. Most of them are there to do sport, lift, work out, stuff like that. They're not there to check you out, so you don't really have to worry about that. If you were someone who was worried about that. As far as, we had this one kid on my team. He's a really cool kid. I'm gonna call him Nick for the sake of this video. His name's not Nick, but I'm calling him Nick. He was obviously gay. There were rumors going around that he sent some pictures to another guy. He did, definitely did, and you know, he was treated just like anyone else in the locker room. It was weird. Everyone was comfortable being naked around him, you know, joking around with him, doing gay stuff around him. Like, not gay stuff, but like joking, like, I don't know how to say it. You know what I mean? So that's how personally my sports experience, my locker room experience went. None of it was bad. It was never bad. Sports were awesome. Locker room, I'm not gonna say it was awesome, but it wasn't as bad as I feared it would be going in to high school. Where I ended my sports career, if you're curious at all, our 4x2 team was top 20 in the state. We were ranked top 20th, and our 4x4 team was ranked top 12 by the end of my senior year. So that's cool. I have a few top 10 school records, not school records, but like top 10 in the school's history. So that's pretty cool, you know. That's a cool achievement. I'm never gonna stop talking about that. I also have conference medals, which are really cool. And that is about it, I think. I hope you enjoyed the video. A quick, we were down 2-0 and captured the flag, and we made the comeback to win 3-2. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you did. Thank you for watching.